In this video, I will be showing you how much 3,000 SEI will be worth by 2025. Please note that this is not financial advice. Be sure to do your own research before making any investment in SEI. At the time of recording, SEI is trading at about 64 cents per coin with a market cap of about $1.5 billion. And if you were to procure 3,000 units of this coin, you would need to spend approximately $1,920. SEI was one of the most prominent airdrops that hit the crypto market in 2023, following the likes of SEI, Arbitrum, and Optimism, for example. If you're like me, you probably had some misgivings about the way community airdrop went for this token, and for a while, I thought SEI would not survive the FUD that followed as early testers and participants felt cheated with the minimal amount of tokens distributed to them. But the market has since moved on, and SEI is more or less back on its feet. At the time of its launch, SEI was sold for about 6.4 cents a piece and listed on major CEXs like Binance, Bybit, and BitGet on that exact day. At the time, if you were lucky to own 3,000 SEI, either by airdrop or by buying that amount, you'd have a portfolio worth about $192. And not long after, the coin reached about 13 cents, meaning a portfolio value jumped up about $390, a growth of about $200. That's not too bad a growth for the coin, and for the most part, it began to maintain its price around the 10-cent range. The last known low price of SEI was recorded back in August 2023 when it dropped to about 0.7989 cents, which was a far cry from its price at which it was listed by the big exchanges. Now, of course, this opened up new opportunities to buy into the market as its listing price was relatively high by the standards of many small cap coins. It didn't do so bad for a project that was valued at about $1.8 billion and with a total supply of about 10 billion SEI, but it went out at a moderate supply of about 1.8 billion SEI. Although by comparison, its performance in its early days was nothing to compare with the likes of ARB, but we are not going to veer off course talking about that. The question is, how much will 3,000 SEI be worth by 2025? I've seen some predictions pegging SEI at around $5 and maybe $10. Of course, no specific timeline was placed at these predictions, and as a result, it's safe to say that these might be long-term expectations if we're not considering what may happen in the market-wide bull run. Still, with SEI at about $5 per coin, your 3,000 SEI will be worth about $15,000, while at $10, it will max out at about $30,000. The bone of contention will now be figuring out if SEI can actually make it to such levels. And for that, we're going to need to review what market cap and circulating supply the coin has to have to even stand a chance of pumping to any predicted price level. Based on current standings, SEI has a market cap of about $1.57 billion and a circulating supply of about 2.4 billion SEI, with a mere boost of about 600 million SEI added to the coin's initial supply of about 1.8 billion. The coin's total supply is weighed in at about 10 billion SEI, which means that there is still a whole supply of about 7.6 billion SEI that will be released over time. And to reach the total supply, we're looking at a growth of nearly 5 times its current supply to max out its price cap. In the same vein, its $1.57 billion market cap can be fully diluted at about $6.5 billion, which is also approximately a 5x growth. The price of the coin cannot grow beyond the capacity of its active circulating supply and market cap at full dilution. As a consequence, the safest price prediction for this coin in the long term is a 5x performance from its current price. So, putting it to calculations, a 5x performance from the current price of about 64 cents per SEI is a prediction of about $3.20 per SEI. Can it happen in 2024 or 2025? I really don't know, but there is so much that can go unpredictable if you are considering the potential of a market-wide bull run happening. It is possible that we see so many coins quickly reach their price caps and then dump back again. That is why I believe that whenever we have the bull run, 2024 or next year, 2025, SEI may just reach about $3.20. Of course, before we talk about those, there are a few price levels the coin will first touch before we can say Hail Mary at about $3. SEI has a pretty modest all-time high price, which is set at about 87 cents. And if you held 3,000 SEI at that price, your wallets would be worth about $2,610. doesn't seem like much, but if you spent just about $1,900 on a coin and you earned $700 off of it, even in the short term, I suggest that you take profit. After all, you do not make the market, and it won't just do your bidding just because you want to hold on to a coin. Now, I don't expect SEI to stop there, of course. There's still the inviolable price level of about $1 up for grabs, and whether it will be able to stay there for long is something I cannot guarantee, as many people who had bought in while its price was low would be hurting to sell their bag and ultimately cause a price dump. Your bag would also be worth about $3,000 if you are after short-term gains. You'd be $1,100 up in profits from an initial capital of about $1,900. Another significant price level is set at about $1.50. If SEI continues to grow as I have seen it do this year already, and it crosses the $1 mark by the end of the second quarter of 2024, we can expect a correction down to about 70 cents, and then a massive reinvestment may just happen to bring the coin to cross $1 once more, and ultimately break a resistance at $1.50 and set a historic all-time high, breaking the one that will be primarily set when it reaches $1. Your 3,000 SEI would also be priced at about $4,500 at that price. And you can as well say goodnight, take your profit, and forget about SEI until there is another significant correction and you get to buy in again. You'd be nearly 3x up on your initial investment, and for most traders, that is just enough unless one wants to be greedy. And please, do not be greedy. If indeed we reach this price level in 2024, getting to $2 or the ultimate $3.20 per SEI will not be so far-fetched or be worth talking up as a dream. It would be inevitable. The positive sentiments in the crypto market is so heavy right now, and people are pretty bullish, so we can begin to count on a couple of surprises in terms of performance and value, and SEI will definitely not be left out among the list of moneymakers for investors in the next bull run. I guess all I'm saying is pretty much an invalidation of any prediction that suggests SEI's potential to reach $4 or $5, not to talk of exceeding them and going hard at $10. It might be achievable if the development team decides to mint new tokens, but that would be bad for business, and they would lose the trust of investors, effectively crashing what is a promising project. I think a pump to $3.20 should be enough for a 3,000 bag of SEI. The bag would be worth at least $9,600 at the time, and if you are smart enough to DCA and buy the coin at every dip along the line, even as we journey towards 2025, you could end up with a bigger bag of SEI for the same price as you can get 3,000 SEI right now, and earn profits in the excess of $9,600. If SEI were to even go beyond $3.20 to about $3.50, we're looking at the supply of SEI exceeding its total supply cap and its market cap also rising to meet the challenges. This would peg the coin's circulating supply of SEI at about 11 billion tokens with a market cap of about $7 billion. I am also looking forward to a further extension of SEI's Web3 projects, which I think will draw significant attention to the ecosystem and increase the trading volume of SEI coins that may have a positive impact on its price in the long term. Now, as far as I'm concerned, you can begin to expect a meaningful price action from SEI once it manages to hit $1.